You were never meant to survive the Great Reset. Look, I'm not a politician. I'm not a billionaire. I've said this before, and I'm definitely not asking for permission to speak. What I'm about to share is based on public information, patterns, and open actions that anyone can find if you're willing to look. If you don't see it, it's because you don't want to see it. You can decide for yourselves, but as I always say, once you see it, it can't be unseen. So who's really moving the pieces here? Behind the governments you see on TV, there are bigger forces pulling the strings. The World Economic Forum, the United Nations, the World Health Organization, the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank. Nobody voted for them, nobody can fire them, but they still make the decisions that shape your life. So what's the agenda that they're pushing? Well, their plans are not hidden. They talk about them openly. A great reset, you've heard it. A new world order, a world where big companies and unelected groups make the rules. They say it's about saving the planet, helping the poor, and keeping people healthy. But if you look closer, it sounds more like taking control. Control of land, control of money, control of speech, control of lives. All for the greater good, they say. Here's how they move. The World Economic Forum writes the big ideas. The UN, they make it sound good with words like equity and sustainability. The World Health Organization creates emergencies to grab more power. The IMF and World Bank, they give out loans that trap companies into giving up control. The media, well, they tell the story the way that they want you to hear it. None of this is hidden. You just have to put the pieces together. It's all there in plain view. But why should they break the West? Well, the biggest thing standing in their way is free people. People who own their home, run their businesses, speak their minds. So what's the plan? Well, crush energy independence, destroy the value of money, open the borders, silence anyone who asks questions, make people scared, divided, and easy to control. If you have nothing left but fear, you'll probably take whatever the solution they're offering is. And that's the goal. Look around. Borders are wide open. Speech is being censored everywhere. Money's losing value. Fear everywhere you turn. And now they're talking about digital money that they control. Digital IDs, permanent emergency powers as well. If they win, you won't own your home, your money, or your freedom. You'll just rent your life from them at their price. Are any leaders fighting this? Well, there are some leaders who seem to be fighting back. Donald Trump pushes America first, stands against the United Nations, and warns about the World Economic Forum. Viktor Orban in Hungary, the prime minister, has kicked out globalist groups and stood for his country's independence. Vladimir Putin, even though he has his own agenda, his own motives, has spoken out against the Western globalist agenda and the idea of a one-world government. They are not perfect, of course, but they understand one thing clearly. Nations should stay in control of their own future and not hand it over to a handful of unelected billionaires of Switzerland. This isn't just politics anymore. It's about survival. They need you scared. They need you silent. They need you obedient. But they forgot something. Free people don't stay silent forever. Free people don't kneel when the truth is on the line, do they? The future will not be written by the ones who obey. It will be written by the ones who refuse to bow. And today, guess what? That's us.